Hey everyone, welcome back to SwitchTop. Today, we're counting down the top 20 AAA titles coming to Switch 2 in 2025 and 2026 that you need to keep on your radar. These games are going to show us what Nintendo's new hardware can really do. Let's jump right in. Dynasty Warriors Origins marks a bold new chapter for the long-running Musou series, built from the ground up to showcase massive, living battlefields that feel more dynamic than ever before. You take control of a nameless hero, caught in the storm of ancient China's most turbulent era, where alliances crumble and empires rise on the edge of a blade. The gameplay embraces large-scale warfare, letting you cut through thousands of enemies while commanding squads, defending outposts, and adapting to shifting conditions in real time. Each strike, dodge, and counter feels weightier, with improved combat flow and strategic layers that reward awareness of the battlefield, rather than blind aggression. While the heart of the series' one versus many action remains intact, Origins blends cinematic storytelling and historical drama with a grounded sense of scale and consequence. It's a reimagining that aims to recapture what made the saga thrilling in the first place: pure, unrelenting momentum driven by your will to survive and lead.
The die has been cast. All that remains is to see this through.
Dragon Quest VII Reimagined breathes new life into one of the most beloved classics in the JRPG genre, reworking its world and systems for a modern audience while preserving its timeless heart. You begin in a seemingly ordinary island village, but what starts as a small adventure quickly unfolds into a journey through time itself, uncovering forgotten civilizations and restoring lost worlds. The turn-based combat keeps the traditional tactical flow the series is known for, yet now it feels faster and more fluid, with visible enemies on the field and smoother transitions into battle. Character growth remains deep, featuring a refined class system that rewards experimentation and smart planning. Visually, the world has been rebuilt in a vibrant 3D style that blends painterly backdrops with beautifully animated characters, creating a living diorama that feels both nostalgic and fresh. Every restored land tells a self-contained tale that fits into a grander emotional whole, a reminder of why Dragon Quest continues to define adventure for generations of players. The Duskbloods is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing dark fantasy experiences coming to the next generation of Nintendo hardware. Set in a gothic world teetering between ruin and rebirth, it thrusts players into the role of Bloodsworn, warriors bound by a cursed lineage that grants immense power at the cost of humanity. The gameplay fuses deliberate, weighty combat with fast, unpredictable encounters that blend player versus environment and player versus player elements. Every battle feels personal as you weigh precision, stamina, and risk against foes both monstrous and human. Exploration unfolds across vast, interlinked environments: crumbling cities, moonlit cathedrals, and mist-choked ruins, each hiding secrets and dangers that reward curiosity and skill. What makes it stand out is the tension of shared worlds, where alliances can fracture in moments, and survival depends as much on cunning as combat. It's a haunting, atmospheric evolution of action design, promising intensity and depth in every duel.
Tears will flow for one, and one alone.
Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment expands on the Musou formula with a grander, more cinematic approach to large-scale battles set during one of Hyrule's darkest eras. This time, the story unfolds during the fabled Imprisoning War, where ancient heroes and rulers fight to contain a rising evil that threatens to consume the land. The gameplay balances its familiar one-against-many action with new tactical depth. Players can seamlessly command multiple heroes, fortify positions and deploy special abilities infused with mysterious Zonai technology. Combat feels refined and responsive, with each character offering a distinct rhythm and skill set that encourages experimentation and cooperation across battlefronts. Between intense clashes, quieter moments of exploration, and dialogue deepen the world, tying the chaos of war to the emotional weight of those fighting it. Age of Imprisonment feels like a bridge between Zelda's mythic storytelling and the thrilling momentum of modern action design. A fusion of lore, legend, and sheer battlefield spectacle. Yoshi and a Mysterious Book invites players into a vibrant, storybook-inspired world where every page holds a new surprise. The adventure begins when Yoshi stumbles upon an enchanted book that pulls him into its illustrated realms, each filled with puzzles, secrets, and charming creatures that blur the line between words and reality. Gameplay stays true to Yoshi's classic platforming roots, precise jumps, flutter glides, and egg tossing, but adds a clever twist, manipulating the book's pages to alter the environment. Turning, folding, or flipping sections of the world opens paths, reveals hidden platforms, and even changes the flow of entire stages. Each chapter introduces new mechanics tied to its theme, giving the game a playful sense of variety without losing its cozy rhythm. The art direction is stunning, blending handcrafted textures with animated ink and watercolor effects that feel alive. It's a whimsical yet thoughtfully designed platformer that celebrates curiosity, creativity, and discovery.
It seems like the dandelions can absorb nutrients. Oh, they can even cause rocks to crack. Thanks to them, we were able to break the rock. It looks like there are still lots of
Resident Evil Requiem brings the franchise's signature tension and survival horror to the next-generation Nintendo Switch, crafting an experience that balances dread with strategic gameplay. Players step into the shoes of Grace Ashcroft, an investigator navigating a city ravaged by a mysterious outbreak. The game emphasizes exploration and careful resource management, with puzzles and environmental hazards integrated seamlessly into the foreboding urban landscapes. Combat is deliberate and high stakes, requiring players to weigh every shot and consider stealth versus confrontation, while enemy behavior is intelligent, keeping encounters unpredictable and tense. The narrative unfolds through atmospheric storytelling, revealing the dark history behind the outbreak and the personal stakes for the characters, without relying on exposition-heavy cutscenes. Visually, the game leverages dynamic lighting, realistic environments, and subtle visual cues to create a sense of constant unease.
Something important. Mom, I'm scared. Grace. They're coming.
Persona 3 Reload reinvigorates the classic JRPG experience for the next-generation Nintendo Switch, blending its deep social simulation elements with strategic, turn-based combat. Players take on the role of a transfer student who discovers the hidden Dark Hour, a secret time between days where monstrous shadows appear and the world reveals its darker side. As part of the Specialized Extracurricular Execution Squad, SEES, you balance daily life, attending school, forging friendships, and pursuing personal growth, with dungeon exploration and challenging battles. Combat emphasizes careful planning, exploiting enemy weaknesses, and fusing personas to develop versatile strategies. The game's visual overhaul presents a fully realized, modernized, Haseo-inspired aesthetic, while refined menus, smoother transitions, and quality-of-life updates make both social and combat systems more intuitive. Each choice and relationship deepens character arcs, creating an emotional resonance that complements the tactical intensity.
You did this?
Death is nothing to be afraid of.
It doesn't matter if you're not afraid. It's not the point.
As sad as I am to hear it, I'll respect your decision. Come on, let's go.
007 First Light brings the world of espionage to the next-generation Nintendo Switch with a fresh perspective on James Bond's early career. Players assume the role of a young recruit navigating the trials of MI6, learning the lethal combination of stealth, strategy, and improvisation that defines a 00 agent. The gameplay strikes a balance between tense, methodical stealth and high-stakes action sequences, offering multiple approaches to each mission, from infiltrating guarded facilities silently to engaging in cinematic firefights and vehicle chases. Gadgets and environmental interactions add layers of tactical depth, encouraging creative problem-solving in every encounter. The story is tightly woven, exploring the formative experiences that shape Bond's skill and resolve, while introducing complex allies and adversaries that challenge trust and morality. With richly detailed locales, fluid third-person combat, and a focus on emergent gameplay moments, 007 First Light delivers an intense, immersive spy adventure that rewards careful planning, quick thinking, and adaptability at every turn.
Any sage advice?
Octopath Traveler 0 takes the beloved HD 2D aesthetic and tactical RPG formula of the series and expands it into a rich prequel adventure on the next-generation Nintendo Switch. Players assume the role of a customizable protagonist from the town of Wishvale, a community shattered by a sudden catastrophe, and set out to rebuild it while confronting a looming threat to the continent. The gameplay combines classic, turn-based combat with the refined break and boost system, encouraging careful planning, exploiting enemy weaknesses, and managing party synergy across encounters. Over 30 recruitable companions offer varied skills and strategies, allowing players to craft the party that best suits their approach. Outside combat, town-building mechanics let you restore and expand Wishvale, with each structure impacting gameplay and narrative development. The story explores themes of resilience, justice, and community, supported by fully voiced characters and deep personal arcs.
Together. Please and thank you!
Time to teach you a lesson. Witness a tale of beginnings that unfolds across Orstera.
Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection continues the series' tradition of blending monster raising and turn-based combat with a richly detailed world built for exploration and strategy. Players step into the role of a young Rathalos rider tasked with confronting a mysterious force threatening the kingdoms of Azuria and Vermeil, a narrative that weaves personal stakes with larger conflicts across the continent. The gameplay expands on the franchise's familiar battle system, emphasizing kinship with monsties, tactical use of elemental attacks, and careful timing of abilities to exploit enemy weaknesses. Outside combat, exploration and traversal are enhanced by rideable monsters, allowing players to navigate diverse environments, from dense forests to jagged mountains, while uncovering secrets and optional side quests. The art direction combines anime-inspired character designs with dynamic, open landscapes, making each encounter feel alive. Twisted Reflection balances heartfelt storytelling, strategic combat, and immersive world-building. The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales, brings a fresh, action-packed RPG experience to the next-generation Nintendo Switch, combining fast-paced combat with exploration and puzzle-solving. Players control Elliot, an adventurous hero accompanied by his fairy companion Faye, navigating the continent of Philibeldia as they uncover ancient ruins and hidden histories. Combat is dynamic, allowing players to wield two weapons simultaneously from a variety of types: swords, bows, chains, and sickles, while chaining attacks, dodges, and parries to exploit enemy weaknesses. Faye can assist in battle, or be controlled by a second player in co-op mode, adding strategic depth. Outside combat, players explore diverse environments, solve environmental puzzles, and collect magical fragments to enhance weapons and abilities. The HD 2D art style blends pixel-inspired character designs with modern lighting and effects, creating a world that feels both nostalgic and alive.
All sorts of foes. In battle, study your opponent's moves carefully. and find opportunities to strike. Fight with swords for quick and well-balanced strikes. Bows and arrows to target enemies from afar. Chains and sickles to swing.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond brings the signature exploration, combat, and atmosphere of the Prime series to the next-generation Nintendo Switch, expanding the scope and interactivity of the world like never before. Players step into the armor of Samus Aran as she investigates the enigmatic planet Vuros, a place filled with hidden ruins, treacherous terrain, and alien life forms that challenge both agility and strategy. The gameplay blends classic first-person shooting with puzzle-solving, platforming, and environmental manipulation, enhanced by new tools like the Vi-Zero Law motorcycle for rapid traversal, and psychic abilities that let Samus interact with objects and enemies in innovative ways. Each area encourages careful observation and experimentation, rewarding exploration with upgrades, lore, and tactical advantages in combat. Visually, Beyond balances detailed atmospheric environments with fluid animations, immersing players in a living, reactive world. Marvel Cosmic Invasion brings fast-paced, cosmic-scale action to the Nintendo Switch, blending beat-em-up mechanics with superhero spectacle. Players assemble a team of iconic Marvel heroes, each with unique abilities and combat styles, to confront Annihilus and his insectoid forces threatening the galaxy. The Cosmic Swap system allows seamless switching between two selected characters mid-battle, enabling creative combos, chain attacks, and strategic synergy across encounters. Combat is designed to reward timing, positioning, and the smart use of each hero's powers, whether you're tackling hordes of enemies or coordinating with allies in local or online co-op. Levels span sprawling, visually distinct environments, from devastated space stations to alien worlds teeming with hazards and hidden paths, encouraging exploration and mastery. Beyond combat, the game layers in team-based tactics, environmental interactions, and collectible upgrades that enhance abilities and movesets. Pokémon Pokopia reimagines the Pokémon universe on the next-generation Nintendo Switch as a life simulation adventure with deep crafting and exploration mechanics. Players take on the role of a Ditto transformed into a human, tasked with revitalizing a barren land into a vibrant home for wild Pokémon. Gameplay blends resource gathering, farming, and construction, allowing players to grow crops, collect materials, and build structures that enhance both utility and aesthetics. Wild Pokémon can befriend the player and teach new abilities that interact with the environment, from planting seeds to uncovering hidden resources, adding layers of strategy and discovery. The game features a dynamic day-night cycle and multiple biomes, each with unique challenges, secrets, and collectible items. Beyond the sandbox-style gameplay, a subtle narrative unfolds, hinting at the Ditto's mysterious origins and its connection to a fractured Pokédex, giving exploration and character interaction extra meaning.
Collect rocks and wood to build with. Till the fields and grow delicious crops. Build homes for the Pokémon you meet.
Kirby Air Riders returns to the Nintendo Switch with high-speed, accessible racing set across vibrant, floating landscapes. Players can choose from a diverse roster of characters: Kirby, Meta Knight, King Dedede, and others, each offering unique stats and abilities that influence handling, speed, and combat potential. The game emphasizes fluid, arcade-style racing, with simple controls that let players focus on boosting, drifting, and creatively using copy abilities to gain an edge over opponents. Beyond traditional races, the expanded City Trial mode transforms the game into a sandbox playground where players explore floating islands, collect power-ups, and engage in mini-challenges before entering high-stakes stadium competitions. Multiplayer is a core focus, supporting both online and local matches, encouraging cooperation and competition in fast-paced, chaotic races. The art direction is bright and expressive, combining Kirby's signature charm with dynamic, fast-moving environments that reward both exploration and mastery of each course.
Your figure players will level up as they compete, and their machine's proficiency level will also increase. Plus, with the Amiibo, you can swap riders.
Dragon Quest I and II HD 2D Remake brings the foundational adventures of the series to the next-generation Nintendo Switch, with a fresh visual identity and modernized gameplay. Players experience the classic turn-based combat and exploration that defined the franchise, now enhanced with HD 2D graphics that combine pixel charm with 3D environments, dynamic lighting, and fluid animations. In the first adventure, players guide the Hero of Light across Alifgard, confronting monsters and uncovering secrets to defeat the Dragon Lord, while the second continues the legacy through the descendants of Erdrick, uniting them against Hargon's dark forces. Both games feature expanded mechanics, including multi-enemy battles, new spells, and collectibles that reward exploration and strategic planning. Minigames like Tombola and Hidden Treasures, along with underwater regions and dungeons, enrich the world without detracting from the core adventure.
Terrifying new monsters, but there is a whole new story to be told, as well as new ways to traverse and new bosses. With additional areas including a mermaid town, a ghost ship, and an undersea treasure vault, you will need to find your sea legs quickly.
Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave delivers a fresh take on the tactical RPG formula for the Nintendo Switch, blending strategic depth with a story-driven arena setting. Players step into the shoes of Kai, a determined young warrior entering the Heroic Games, a high-stakes competition where combat prowess and tactical skill determine the fate of participants. The gameplay emphasizes classic turn-based battles on grid-based maps, requiring careful positioning, unit synergy, and smart use of terrain, while introducing new mechanics tied to the arena setting, such as dynamic environmental hazards and unique match objectives. Alongside Kai, a diverse cast, including allies with distinct classes, abilities, and motivations, adds emotional depth and variety to both combat and narrative interactions. As players progress, the story explores themes of ambition, loyalty, and the personal costs of competition, enriched by branching dialogue and relationship building that influence outcomes and strategies.
There's a man I hate so much that simply killing him will not satisfy me. For that reason, I refuse to die.
Let you hurt her!
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle brings the thrill of globe-trotting archaeology and high-stakes adventure to the Nintendo Switch, with a mix of exploration, puzzle-solving, and action. Players step into the shoes of the iconic Indiana Jones, traveling to exotic locations, from ancient ruins to historic cities, while unraveling the mysteries of the Great Circle, a network of powerful ancient sites. The gameplay balances first-person exploration with third-person platforming and whip-based mechanics, allowing for creative navigation, environmental interaction, and cinematic combat encounters. Puzzles range from intricate mechanisms to environmental challenges that reward observation and clever thinking, while stealth segments let players approach scenarios in multiple ways. Along the journey, players encounter allies and rivals, with the story unfolding organically through dialogue, environmental storytelling, and dynamic encounters.
You're messing with powers beyond your control.
You should know by now. I am always in control.
Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade brings the epic story and cinematic action of Midgar to the Nintendo Switch in a fully enhanced package, combining intense real-time combat with strategic RPG depth. Players follow Cloud Strife and his allies as they confront the powerful Shinra Corporation and uncover secrets that threaten the planet, navigating richly detailed environments and engaging in high-stakes battles. The hybrid combat system allows switching between characters on the fly, blending real-time attacks with command-based abilities and limit breaks, offering tactical choices in every encounter. Intergrade also includes the episode Intermission DLC, which puts players in the shoes of Yuffie Kisaragi on a thrilling side mission that expands the world and story. The Switch version balances smooth performance with visually striking HD 2D-inspired effects, retaining the cinematic flair of the original while introducing quality-of-life improvements and optional modes that let players focus on narrative or action.
No freaking way!
Boss!
The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon expands the beloved Trails universe on the Nintendo Switch with a gripping story, strategic turn-based combat, and intricate world-building. Players follow Van Arkride, Reen Schwartzer, and Father Kevin Graham as they navigate a world on the brink of cosmic discovery, facing the shadowy organization Ouroboros, while unraveling mysteries surrounding the enigmatic Grim Garten. The gameplay blends traditional turn-based battles with new mechanics like shard commands, awakening, and the time-manipulating ZOC system, allowing for tactical depth and creative combat strategies. Exploration is equally rewarding, with richly detailed environments, hidden secrets, and optional encounters that encourage curiosity and careful planning. Party customization is central, letting players assemble teams that complement their preferred style, while character abilities and synergy can turn the tide of difficult battles. Trails Beyond the Horizon also emphasizes narrative choice, with dialogues and interactions shaping character relationships and story progression.
Piece of human waste! Payback time!
So this is how you aim to kill a god.
All right, don't drop your guard, guys. We're taking this bad boy down!
Ridiculous amounts of Mira and info are going to be swirling around this thing.
And there's our top 20 AAA games coming to Nintendo Switch 2 in 2025 and 2026. From massive battlefields to emotional RPGs and thrilling action adventures, the Switch 2's launch window is packed with incredible titles that'll push the new hardware to its limits. Which game are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on all the latest Switch 2 news and game announcements, make sure to subscribe to SwitchTop and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.